Best way to invest 20k after you have successfully saved up. If you're watching this, you're probably in the position of wanting to know what the best way to invest 20k. Whether you're looking to invest it in a 401k, IRA, or just for your own personal goals, it's important to have a plan in place that you follow. Having a plan for your next investment is crucial for many reasons, one being that you'll be less vulnerable to human emotions. Having a good plan in place will be your weapon to avoid the traps of selling at the bottom or buying at the top. This is something an investor can never allow himself to do, for it can mean the difference between success and failure. But before that, there may be some things you want to consider. The first one being, pay off debt. To invest in your future, you need to first pay off any debt you have. When you're in debt, it's very difficult to get ahead. It's also hard to save for your future because you're spending all of your money on paying back your debts. By paying off all of your debts first, you'll have more money to invest in other things, like real estate or investing in alternative investments. So what does paying off debt look like? You should pay off your credit card balance in full every month. If you're paying interest, you should do so as quickly as possible. If you have a personal loan, pay it off as soon as possible. If you have student loans, make sure to take advantage of any available loan forgiveness programs. When you pay off your debts, you'll have more money to invest in your next big purchase. This will be the perfect time to buy that new home or invest in an alternative investment. Establish an emergency fund. To get ahead, you must have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a cash buffer that will help you deal with unexpected expenses that come up in life. A good emergency fund should be at least 3 to 6 months of your monthly income. It's best if you can get to 6 to 12 months of your income. To create an emergency fund, you need to save 10% of your salary or income for an emergency fund. You can do this by setting aside money from your paycheck into an interest-bearing savings account. The problem with most people's emergency funds is that they never get to use it. They just keep it in their savings account and don't ever touch it. The best way to get around this is to set up automatic payments from your checking account to your emergency fund. Alternative investments. Besides the good old pal stocks, you might want to consider alternative investments. These are investments that aren't traditional stocks or bonds. You could invest in a private equity fund or hedge fund. These types of investments are a great way to diversify your portfolio and increase your returns. Some of the best alternative investments include real estate, commodities, and private equity. When you start looking into alternative investments, you'll be able to find some great opportunities. Get started in real estate. It's never a bad idea to start small. Start with a single property and work your way up from there. The key to real estate investing success is finding a property that is profitable. You should start by looking at your local area for potential properties. Once you find the perfect property, you can begin the process of purchasing it. One of the best ways to get started in real estate investing is to use an online real estate platform. These platforms allow you to search for properties and complete deals without having to deal with the paperwork. It's important that you learn how to use these platforms so that you can find the right property for you. Anyway, the best way to invest your 20k may depend from how I would invest. If I had more debt to pay off, I may start with alternative investments first. Or the conventional stocks invest. Or maximizing my 401k first. This will then determine how much I can set aside for emergency funds and when I can afford my first real estate. Our timeline may be different. But you should celebrate each progress nonetheless. You can do this.